Hey traders, welcome to a little Forex update here ahead of Non Farm Payroll this coming Friday. Right now it's 10:30 a.m. here in the UK. Just going to take a quick look here at the dollar index. We're on the daily chart, and a couple of things I want to highlight for you and how this may actually play out. So in the Traders Club, we're currently looking at bearish signals for the dollar index. However, short-term traders, there may be opportunity to trade this to the upside. So what we're looking at is 97.50 is the key level here on the dollar index. We've seen multiple rejections here, and what we potentially could see if we drop down to a smaller time frame is the short-term rally in the dollar. Now, the reason we're potentially looking at this is if we take note on this cycle high here, this cycle high here, and then we also notice you've got a nice structure point through this level here, 97 even handle. So short-term bias could present us with what would be known as a head and shoulders pattern, price coming up into this region here before then falling down and looking to sell off like this. So what we'll look to do in terms of trading this is look for the correlations on the respective currency pairs that follow the dollar index most closely, that being the euro dollar and dollar Swiss. So it's looking for this similar scenario. So if we just put this in here, if you were to trade the dollar index, then there's a couple of options that we've given our current members. And we kind of look at an aggressive opportunity, something like this, where you put a sell limit in around the right shoulder, so left shoulder over here, and we'd be looking to put a sell limit in here for predicting the right shoulder with stops above the head, and then we'd look to target somewhere just down here around 96.30. As you can see, that would generate you a 4-to-1 risk to reward profile. So if we now look at the euro dollar, you can see I've already highlighted this with my members this morning in our webinar. So opportunity will present itself. I'm just going to go up to a higher time frame so you can see what we're looking at. You can see how the euro is now broken through this descending trend line, and now it just seems to be sitting on it. The cycles to the downside are getting smaller and smaller. Seller momentum is fading. Therefore, I'm looking for this opportunity for price to break to the upside. We've got the falling wedge, which would suggest that the market is favoring a move to the upside. However, we have to wait for it to break above the descending trend line before we can confirm that move. So what we'll look for is our short-term long signals, and you can see we've highlighted a very similar setup to what we saw in the dollar index. You can see the market bottomed out here at 1.1185. We've had some bullish movement on the euro. It came up into 1.1250. Now if we break it down onto the hourly chart, you'll see pretty much the inverted chart of the dollar index. So short-term dollar strength or safe haven movement would see euro dollar pop back down into that 112 sort of 15 to 10 area. So buy limits could go in here. Buy limits could go in here with stops below the head and target somewhere just underneath the descending trend line here, and you can see you get anywhere in between sort of sorry, I just moved that. A 3-to-1 would bring you somewhere in this region. 2.75 would take you into this structure point here, and if you wanted to try and trade it all the way towards the descending trend line, you'd get about a 3.5-to-1. So very good trade opportunity here. This would be your first trading opportunity should that come in, and then your second one would be this area here, looking to build that position as we target that move to the upside. So that's a couple of trading opportunities I like here. Aussie dollar presenting an opportunity for us today. Short term, again, as we mentioned 2 seconds ago about that dollar strength potentially coming in, what we've seen here is short term double top, market formed a base, a lower high, we've broken through, so I'll be looking for some sort of rejection coming through 71.10 area, and then we could look to trade that short term back down into this area before looking for more longs. Our club, we did take this trade from down here around the 70.60, so we had a nice hit out of this the other night. Now it's about looking at capitalizing a little bit of a small correction in this market before I think we'll see further upside. Another market of great interest, but this is looking at the safe haven movement, money flow. So equities are pretty much running into all-time highs, just short of those at the moment, on positive talks with China. However, I'm an avid believer that the positive talks are far from complete, and it's pretty much all headline news that's driving the equity market. If we zoom out here, what we'll see is that the yen, i.e. the safe haven market, has come into a nice bit of structure which correlates nicely with equities coming into resistance. We've got gold coming into major support as well. So they're all correlating quite nicely. So I see we could potentially see a movement into yen, into the safe haven. So I'm looking for yen strength now after this short-term correction. So I'm looking for yen strength, whether that's against the dollar, the Canadian dollar, Aussie yen, Kiwi yen. I'm basically just looking at taking some some yen strength. So look for those moves. Potential trade here would be a sell stop underneath yesterday's low. Alternatively, you could break that down onto smaller time frames and just look for a break and retest of 111.30. So that's all the info I'm going to give out today. Hope you've enjoyed the information, the analysis we've just run through. If you do like it, please remember to just hit like and share with any fellow traders. If you are interested in meeting the guys and traders at Trade and Train, what I suggest you do is click on the link in the comments below. We've got an event here in London on the 23rd of April. It's a full day's training, live trading, plenty of bang for your buck. Click on the link and it'd be great to see you at the event. Okay, traders, have a great day. Bye bye.